Here is the rewritten English version of your script. I kept the pacing, pauses, and empathetic tone of the original German text, making it perfect for a smooth, reflective voiceover. Have you ever noticed that healing sometimes feels strange? You start reflecting more on yourself. You become more aware of your feelings. You try to better understand your past. And instead of immediately feeling inner peace, suddenly new emotions surface. Old memories return. Some relationships suddenly feel different. Feelings you've suppressed for a long time rise to the surface. And maybe you quietly ask yourself a question. If I'm healing, why does it sometimes feel so hard? The truth is, healing rarely begins with comfort. Often, the beginning feels confusing, emotional, or uncomfortable, because healing means finally allowing yourself to feel things your mind kept hidden for a long time, just to protect you. But these uncomfortable moments aren't necessarily a sign that something is going wrong. Sometimes, they are the clearest sign that something inside you is shifting. Here are 9 uncomfortable signs that you might be healing right now. 1. You start truly allowing your feelings. When someone lives in survival mode for a long time, feelings are often pushed away. Life then revolves more around control, logic, and just keeping going. Emotions can feel too intense or too painful. That's why they are hidden deep inside. But when healing begins, these feelings slowly return. Maybe you notice sadness where there was only emptiness before. Maybe you feel anger about things you used to just accept. Or you experience moments of joy or relief that feel new and unfamiliar. In the beginning, this can feel overwhelming, but feelings are not enemies. They are messages from your inner self. As you learn to allow them, you realize something important over time. Feelings are like waves. They rise, move through you, and fade away again. 2. You begin to set boundaries. For many people, it's hard to say no. The fear of disappointing others or causing conflict often leads to putting your own needs last. But during healing, something changes. You start to realize that your energy, your time, and your emotional well-being are valuable, and protecting them isn't a sign of selfishness, but of self-respect. At first, setting boundaries might feel unfamiliar or even uncomfortable, but over time, you realize that healthy relationships require honesty, and boundaries create clarity, and this clarity strengthens your sense of self. 3. You begin to accept your past. Everyone carries experiences that have left their mark. Some of them are painful, unfair, or hard to understand. Many people try to move on by pretending these things never happened. But healing demands something else. You begin to acknowledge that these experiences are part of your story. You realize that certain people, places, or events have shaped you. This realization can feel heavy at first. But when you stop fighting the truth, these memories often lose some of their power. You begin to understand your own story in a new way. 4. You react less impulsively and reflect more. When someone lives in survival mode for a long time, the mind reacts quickly. Situations are immediately perceived as threats, and reactions happen automatically. This can show up as anger, withdrawal, avoidance, or overly adapting to others. But during healing, something subtle happens. A small space opens up between what happens and how you react. In this space, you begin to think. You might ask yourself questions like, why does this situation trigger such strong feelings in me? Where is this reaction coming from? These moments of self-reflection give you a deeper understanding of yourself. Over time, you develop stronger emotional self-regulation. 5. You realize that healing isn't a straight path. Many people believe healing should feel like steady improvement. Every day, a little bit better. But in reality, healing is rarely linear. There are days when you feel strong and clear, and there are days when old feelings suddenly rush back. This can be frustrating. But part of healing is understanding that these highs and lows are normal. Growth often happens in waves. What feels impossibly heavy today might already feel lighter tomorrow. 6. You begin to step out of your comfort zone. Healing brings more awareness into your life. And with this awareness, courage grows. Things that used to seem impossible suddenly start to feel within reach. Maybe you speak your mind in situations where you used to stay silent. Maybe you try new experiences or change things in your life that no longer make you happy. Every little step outside your comfort zone strengthens your trust in yourself. 7. You handle disappointment differently. Life will always have its ups and downs. But when someone is emotionally wounded, every disappointment can feel overwhelming. It can feel as though one setback destroys everything. During healing, however, your perspective shifts. You might still feel sadness or frustration, but these feelings no longer dictate your entire self-image. You begin to understand that difficult moments are a part of life, but they don't define your whole life. 8. You feel more inner peace. During healing, different parts of your life begin to come together. You understand your past better, you understand your feelings better, and you understand yourself better. Instead of constantly criticizing yourself, you develop more self-compassion. You start to forgive yourself for mistakes. Maybe it also becomes easier to forgive others, not because everything that happened was right, but because holding on to resentment keeps tying you to the past. As this inner conflict slowly fades, something valuable emerges: inner peace. 9. You become more open to support. Many people who have lived in survival mode for a long time develop a fierce independence. Often, this is because they didn't receive help in the past when they needed it. Because of this, accepting support can feel very unfamiliar. But healing brings an important realization. You don't have to carry everything alone. Over time, you might begin to open up to people you trust. You allow yourself to accept help or seek support. This doesn't mean you are weak. It means you understand how vital connection is for healing. If you recognize some of these signs in your own life, your healing journey may have already begun. And even if this path can sometimes be uncomfortable, these exact moments are often a sign that something is moving within you. Healing takes time. It takes patience. And above all, it takes compassion for yourself. Sometimes, the hardest moments in the process are exactly the ones leading you, step by step, closer to inner peace.